Hey party people, Armando the Geek here, and today I'm bringing you a review of the MacBook Pro 2016. Why am I bringing you a review of a computer on the LA Explorer? Well, because I would call this the official LA computer. If you're writing your next big screenplay at a Starbucks, because obviously if you're writing a big screenplay, you're supposed to be writing it in public where people can see you. So I got myself a 2016 MacBook Pro. So here it is, the picture of the laptop, all skinny and sexy with obviously the colorful touch bar here. And I'm sure they want to draw attention to that. Let's open it up.
Who else do you know that's skinny and sexy?
And look at it, space gray, really slick, really slim. And it's got the Apple logo, a new one. It's a little bit more like a mirror, shiny. It doesn't have the glow, as everyone has mentioned in previous reviews of this. So check it out. You open it up, and you have this paper, of course. Let's get rid of that. And it turns on. I don't even think this has a power button. I haven't really played with it. There's a fingerprint reader here, so you could easily log in like that. You don't have to type in your password every time. And then there's the new touch bar, which we'll get into shortly. There's this keyboard that people have been complaining about. Now, I don't think it's honestly a deal breaker because I'm pretty picky when it comes to keyboards. Well, I came from a PC background, so I was really used to those super clicky PC keyboards. I started working on Mac, and I went all over to the big giant white keyboards. I don't know if you remember them. And then I went to the small slim iMac keyboards and I hated them, got used to it. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna hate this and get used to it, but honestly it doesn't feel that bad. Here's the huge trackpad that everyone's talking about. It's gonna be good for drawing and other things like that, but it leaves no room for your wrist. I honestly don't care. I got small hands like Donald Trump, so whatever. This drives me crazy. They're trying to be so sexy and sleek about everything, right? Here's a new Thunderbolt 3 cable. No complaints about the cable, except the color is this white old color. The old white looks like a doctor's office, that type of color. And it doesn't match at all with a Mac. You plug this in, and it sticks out like a sore thumb, in my opinion. Ugh. So the screen looks awesome. We got some apps down here. Everything's pretty much the same. We got Siri. We got this button here on the touch bar. You press it, and Siri's not available because I'm not connected to Wi-Fi. But basically, it's like, hey Siri, search for restaurants or something, and it'll give you the nearest ones. The keyboard's actually pretty loud and clicky. I'm actually a little surprised by that because it's louder than most. And it's only when it's on. When it's off or when it's in like idle screen, it doesn't make this loud of a click. At least maybe it's a subconscious thing I'm thinking about. I think it has like a haptic type engine underneath that gives it an extra pop. And the travel, actually, I mean, it's not that bad. This new touch bar doesn't have any functions on Premiere just yet. Just the basic, you know, bright screen, audio. And this is for all you guys out there complaining about you need an adapter because of the USB Type-C, yada, yada, yada. Well, check it out. I got this adapter, and I think this is probably all I'm gonna need for my purposes. I don't know about you. If you're working at a studio cutting feature films, you might be needing something more powerful than what I need as a YouTuber. You got your Ethernet here, USB-C, micro SD, regular SD, HDMI, and 3 USB-A ports. I think that's probably all I'm gonna need for my purposes. I never got into the whole Thunderbolt craze in the past. I always use USB 3, so I don't need any Thunderbolt adapters. I don't need anything else really. I think this is gonna be it. And if I wanna skip the adapter, I can just get a Thunderbolt 3 to USB Type-C cable and go direct. Now time for Armando's final thoughts. Does this qualify for my seal of approval? All right, so as for the keyboard, the buttons, the travel issue and all that, not a big deal. I think I'll get used to it fairly easily, especially since I type with that iMac keyboard. Very little travel on that as well. Of course, not as much as this, but this one's very clicky, so I like that. A little loud, actually, for when you're typing your next big screenplay, which is good because then everyone's gonna look at you. The trackpad, I don't mind this at all. The fact that there's no room for your wrist because I got small hands like Donald Trump. The touch bar, now, I barely use it for anything. I might as well have regular buttons on it right now because I'm not gonna use any of this until they come out with an update for Adobe Premiere. And I know that's not Apple's fault, so we'll see what happens. And I didn't really buy it for the touch bar. It's not like I saw it and was like, wow, Apple revolutionized the laptop once again. I don't care about that. I just needed a new computer, and it happened to be during the time when the new one was being released. And the space gray color is sexy. It gets dirty very easily, so be careful. I got something that looked like a scratch on it, but I was able to wipe it off. I don't really see it anymore, so just be careful about that. And finally, look at this. Doesn't this look like the pearly white glossy color you see inside of a hospital? Just because of this, I'm not gonna give it my seal of approval. Sorry, Apple and your designers. You guys dropped the ball yet again. And this is coming from one of your hardcore Apple fanboys. I've been using Apple for 13 years, and this is the one unforgivable sin they have done. So back to the drawing board. I'm gonna return this baby and look for a Windows machine. They're about the same price, so I'm not worried about it. I heard that the specs are amazing. I think the Surface Book Pro has the same specs as this one if you customize it, and it's about the same price, so I might look into that one. Peace!